MOXXI under treatment female talent by the community from TI10. 2,500 comments. Here we go, dude. Limp and FNG out. Well, hold up. Let's have a look at this for. Really surprised about Limp. Saffron, he seemed like a nice guy, and it was good to see a fellow CS player. Limp had to go. He was probably the lowest impact mid player post 10 minutes. He needs to just man up, I feel. Like a young Limp would have manned up, I think. Watching his Ember win lane and then farm the younger for the next 20 minutes while his team got railed was probably the most depressing thing I've ever seen. And then Carl played the very next game and made it look like a real hero.
Despair.
So I'm going to give you some insane insight here. It's easy to look good in a team that is good. It's easy to look bad in a team that is bad. Limp is a good player, but he's playing in Alliance, who at the time is garbage. Like, you put Thompson in Alliance, Thompson is going to look garbage. You put Carl in Alliance, playing Ember, he's going to look garbage, because the team sucks. So you're just blaming Limp for playing poorly. It's not really fair. Like, if you put Limp in Secret, like, yeah, he's not as good as Nisha, but he would look good, because he's playing in Secret, and the team is doing great. But he is a little bit picked, there's no doubt about it. He's not very manly. He's man up. He is. Pass lane is a little bit pig, that's for sure. Of all people, why FNG? I feel like FNG was
Vampires
underutilized.
can be good friends, but they are a pain in the neck sometimes. Pepestos.
Getting memed all-stars. I come from multi-universe Admiral, I'll do it myself, Bulldog against Alliance. I could do it. But it takes too much effort.
Growing in.
My professional opinion is that they needed more Lotus to perform better at T10.
I'm surprised Bulldog didn't get kicked with all his first stuff.
Should we read a little bit? MOXXI under treatment. Hey community, we need to talk. Jesus. I'd have been making a video or too long to discuss this. I tried to make a video, but I kept getting very angry and just swearing non-stop. So I think a tweet longer is the best choice. Let's begin. Frankie, I've met Frankie, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No TLDR? Anyone? Imagine going for All-Star Met but not knowing who Dandy and Host is. And we are sexist for pointing that out. Wait, was it Sumi? She didn't know who Dandy was? Dandy isn't will always be the face of Dota? No, I don't think so. Fathead is taking over. Face of Dota. It is fucking weird that for TI we get the best teams in the world, but when it comes down, TI is basically the first proving ground. I mean, true and also not true. True in a sense, it's their first Dota event, but Frankie is incredibly versatile. She's been like so many scenes and hosts so much stuff. But for Dota, sure, true. Like you don't get a nobody as the hosts. This version is more like day 9. It literally the same new hosts.
I have many friends, many friends.
Chad's mom, Verrk has been for years. Verrk got a lot of shit in the beginning, and still is to a certain degree. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Avo, his 1600 get the most shit at this year? Where's his with longer? Don't let MOXXI cost one game. I didn't. You mean at main stage? She would get a lot of other, right? Casey doesn't know shit about it, but still mentioned Tane doesn't keep us glued to her skits interviews. Yeah, I don't know why people just pull mental gymnastics and say the community is being sexist gay here when most of us are saying is never in my life have I been accused of being sexist. It had nothing to do with Frankie being a woman. I think a little bit. I think a little bit has to do with that, though. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's be honest for 1 second. Everyone knows the classic. A guy being assertive and taking a lot of room and space at a panel. Oh, he's Giga Chad. A woman does that. She's a bitch. That is a real thing. And the thing about Frankie is that she's tongue-in-cheek. And that's what a lot of people like. If the things she did, a guy did, people wouldn't mind it. But because she's a woman, they mind it. So there is definitely some sexism into this, for sure. MOXXI is one of the most offensive, and all people who call me bad or sexist person on Twitter. That is a little bit true. That is true, though. Wrong, you idiot. Now, this is a civilized chat. So if you just wrote, I disagree, and did a kick pipe, it'd be like, that's okay. But you just add an insult, and you don't have 999 messages plus, means I just ban you permanently. This is a civilized chat. Just say, I disagree, kick pipe. Don't add an insult at the end of it, because then your point is irrelevant. I support MOXXI in supporting other female talents. But the fact is, anytime Sumi and Frankie were on the screen, I almost lost interest in the show. I don't think Sumi was like acceptable. I didn't think she was great, but I'm surprised by Frankie. Like, she's getting so much hate, and I personally heckin' thought she was amazing. That's what surprised me, that she's getting so much. I thought she was the best new one. EMO. Frankie wasn't a good host. I disagree, kick pipe. Like, can someone link some clips of her mistakes? Like, they never linked the clips. Saw the silent interview. I mean, the silent interview was a clear case of tongue-in-cheek. She's like being a little cheeky. If you read the comments on the silent interview on Leddit, the amount of hate relative to what happened is hilarious. I see a lot of people doing this. This is a classic. This is a classic where someone, accuse someone of being racist, and they say, I can't be racist, I have a black friend. There's a lot of that going on in this Leddit. I can't be sexist because I like Effie. I mean, you can't still like Effie and still be sexist. I personally can't be racist because my best friend is Lagari and a female Asian. So can I not only be not sexist or racist? Yes, instantly turn into sexist. Usually, like with everything, there's somewhere in the middle. No, it was not all about her being a woman. No, but a little bit, for sure. She's a strong woman. Me, as an alpha giga chat, I can handle it. But a lot of insults on Leddit. Let's take a look at the Leddit, or let the Frankie's silent interview. That's why people got so mad over this. It was hilarious. She's just being a little cheeky. Look at this.
Silent, thank you so much for joining me. Now, in the last game, Virtus.pro targeted Collapse, and now they have targeted him in the draft. Do you feel confident about his chances in this game?
About our chances or just
about Collapse?
Collapse. I think we're okay. It's this in drafts. It more depends who would play better.
It does depend who plays better, but this is $1 million draft. If you win this game, you are top 4. Is it good enough?
Maybe. I didn't think about it.
You didn't think about the draft. Fantastic. Well, this is going to be quite the showdown. So we're going to head over to ODPixel and Insania to get this game underway.
She's being a little cheeky, like she's being a little cheeky. And the comments on this, I think if a guy did that, people would not care nearly as much. Pretty sure. And then you read the comments on here. You read these comments.
Fantastic.
Why? Wait, this is generally so sad to me. He's trying to be gracious with her word. Salad question, then she cheerfully accuses him of not thinking about the draft at TI. Holy shit. She's just doing a little joke. It's not that serious. And Slacks does it all the time. I mean, if Slacks did this interview, there would be no thread. There would be no thread if Slacks did this. This is one of the worst interviews I've ever seen. That's saying a lot. Horrible. This was painful to hear. Terrible host. Says irrelevant stuff much of the time. And responses are as fake as those I gave during interviews. Did you know she's pregnant? My condolences. And who the fuck need to know about that? Probably the father of the child. A little bit sexism in there. Frankie is really not cut out for a job. It was just a cheeky joke. Just being a little edgy. And yeah, there was a little bit of misunderstanding, I'm sure, by some. It's just completely disrespectful. And this is also funny. This is the worst thing about the Dota talent scene. The talent is not allowed to flame the players because the Ledditors get so angry because they build up the pro players on pedestals. Oh yeah, the problem is that the talent, you have to like treat the pro players and coaches like they're on a pedestal. You cannot flame them because then the Ledditors get angry. Which I personally disagree. I heckin' love flaming the pro players. If I was on the panel again, I would definitely flame them more. So she was a little cheeky and flamed them, and of course you can't have that. Which I personally disagree with. Let's have a look. Throughout the whole event, keeps forcing in as many jokes and not so witty, blah blah blah. This was sad and infuriating, what the fuck. I really hope she will never work Dota again. It was just a cheeky bit. Frankie's such a wreck interviewer. I mean, over that, do you see the clip? Do you see the clip? Disrespectful. Why would we cut a dog shit interviewer who is being rude to the players? Any slack? And that's hilarious because they even write Slack, not realizing Slack. Sir Action Slack does it. She's a complete disgrace. A complete disgrace. Complete disgrace. What a clown. Never invite her again. Abomination. A fucking abomination. It was so bad. What the fuck is that, man? She's so shit. She's one of those people who have to always be right. Here comes the armchair psychologist from LEDDIT, by the way. I know these things and like I meme about it. These unironically believe it. No matter what you say, she will repeat herself and try to one-up you. I love it. I will say, it is strange that the talent are really pushing the money narrative this year. Is it? Isn't that like literally TI that's being pushed everywhere? New TI, TI10, the biggest prize pool ever, posted everywhere. Of course, money is going to be pushed in the tournament as well. For some reason, they keep up bringing the winnings because it's a big part of the tournament. Yeah, it's weird why there's so much focus on this year. Again, like I only watched after the group stage. I didn't see them mention money that much, but I really don't understand why they brought her to TI when she knows fuck all about Dota. Frankie is terrible and needs to be removed. Good, some constructive criticism. Look, I really don't care who's interviewing, whose host is that, but this woman is absolutely inappropriate. Woman, instead of typing her name. It's kind of interesting. Bring Slacks or Shiva for such interviews. Oh, you mean Slacks that talk shit all the time? Did you see the All-Star? Again, like, if so actually Slacks did this, there would not be a thread. There wouldn't be a thread, for sure. She's literally the most worthless addition to the talent team this year. Just let Effie or someone else host already. let Effie host. I can't, dude. I can't. B-Cop lost a spot at TI to someone like this. For real, what a shame. Oh, now we're comparing a host spot for B-Cop, a caster spot. This is how I know that these Ledditors are completely clueless about what they're talking about. B-Cup did not lose a spot to someone like Frankie, because Frankie was hired as a host which B Cop would not have been. I seriously find her annoying most of the time. I just mute whenever she's on. Again, some classic. This is not toxic hate threads. This is constructive criticism. They're just going over. You know, this is just being. I'm trying my best not to be a hater. But my goodness, she's making it so hard. What is this host and money? Same with Quincy Elimination. Immediately saying they get 800k at least. They can be happy with that, as if money is the only thing that matters. Money is a big part of the tournament. It's being pushed every year. Valve is pushing it every year to increase the prize pool. It's the big title everywhere when you read about TI. And so it's mentioned. Frankie is terrible, honestly. Makes oddest jokes, if you can call it that, and asks the lowest IQ questions. Can we please remove Frankie completely? So when you're reading this, you see like there's not a lot of constructive criticism. It's just like hate threads. And some of it has to do with her being a woman, for sure, because she is tongue-in-cheek.
It's funny to see Leddit frogs focus on people talking about the money. Then a few weeks before that complain about how this or that team didn't earn a spot kick W.
Stop reading. We're getting to the bottom, though. We're getting to the bottom. Those are the juiciest ones. I've always been neutral about Frankie, and I know that she's pregnant. Perhaps a medical emergency happened mid-sentence? Question mark. Okay. That's classy comment. Real classy, Leddit. What a fucking unbelievably rude person. Get her the fuck. Did you see the clip? She is stupid as fuck. 16 upvotes. 16 up. People read this and like, yeah, I'm gonna upvote this. She's stupid as fuck. That's a great comment. I'm upvoting this.
So Reddit is saying it's not okay for a cheeky breeky muffle of a woman to host team and rather see a little customers to do it.
Or any of these guys don't know how to handle women.
Handle. They should learn how to talk to them first.
Why is a pregnant lady even working in a COVID environment? Pregnant women are not allowed to work? Reddit is a fucking disgrace of the human race. Downvoted. Frankie, Effie, and Simi are weak talent. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, they mentioned Effie. Shit. Downvoted. Don't worry, I learned this a couple of years ago, not to violate TI. I also mute unsolicited feedback givers. Why? Well, you need to be in the right place physically and mentally to take feedback correctly. For me, his response, look at that arrogance. Why doesn't she read these threads? Let's see here. I'm Frankie right now. As I've been an insufferable and dog shit at my job, day one, and not improving at all. Okay, this is good. I'm an abomination. Okay, that's some good feedback. I'm gonna read here. Thank you, Leddit. She is 7. I'm 7 months pregnant. Some hormone takeover should be expected. I am rather wondering who invites a pregnant woman. Yep, if you're pregnant, you shouldn't work. Thank you, Leddit. Thanks for all the good comments. I can learn a lot. Can we remove me? I want Cheever. Thank you, guys. This is probably why you don't read it. Let's watch it one last time. Let's watch this clip. That's all this not constructive. It's complete hate threat.
Thank you so much for joining me. Now, in the last game, Virtus.pro targeted Collapse, and now they have targeted him in the draft. Do you feel confident about his chances in this game?
About our chances or just
about Collapse?
Collapse. I think we're okay. It's decent drafts. It more depends who would play better.
It does depend who plays better, but this is $1 million draft. If you win this game, you are top 4. Is it good enough?
Maybe I didn't think about it.
You didn't think about the draft. Fantastic. Well, this is going to be quite the showdown. So we're going to head over to OG Pixel and Insania to get this game underway.
Thank you very much, Frank.
That is funny, but you can't have tongue-in-cheek women. You can't have assertive women because then they're just bitchy and rude and toxic. Meanwhile, you have Siraction Slacks doing this kind of stuff all the time. It's okay if you don't like her, but the amount of hate she got was kind of not, it was too much. It was a bit too much. But then on the other side, of course, MOXXI doing it all about her being a woman is also not fair, because that's not what it's all about. Classic. Very cool, very funny. Why didn't she include Ava in the post? And bad for him and not also getting hate. Alright, it didn't fit the narrative of the community sexist. Good point, good point. This is about Frankie who fucked up numerous times. But I'm still like, can someone give me some like good clips? Like, I just want to see some clips of her like being awful. I only watched after the group stage, and from at least my opinion, she did not do any big fuck ups. Here we're going, just come in trying to use some women, to use the woman card just for mediocrity. Shiva is a woman, and she's probably the best 10 right now. Can both male and female? People do not care about gender. As a host, this is not really true, honestly. I disagree with it, because again, when Shiva was first popping out 2013-ish, she got tons of hate. And, you know, again, this is a classic that let it do a little bit. I'm not saying all Leddit are sexist, because that's not true. The MOXXI take is bad. That is all about women. But Leddit is doing a lot of... It's not sex. I cannot be sexist, because I like Effie, and I like Shiva. Which is exactly like saying, I can't be racist, because I have a black friend. There's a lot of that going on. A lot of that. Very interesting, though. Now, this is subjective, but for me personally, I don't mind if the host is bad or new to Dota. I know some people want like a very experienced. Me, I don't care. Not me. Because you have 3 analysts. You have literally 3 analysts on the panel. But there's a lot of like elitists going, she's not insanely good at Dota. She's not 6K. She doesn't understand Dota super well. So, she's the host. You have 3 analysts on the panel, don't you? The renowned author, General Sirius Fatsu. But they're going pro. I could make it. I could go position 2. I could play any role, really. How was your date with the guy you like, Bulldog? It was amazing. Thank you for asking, my good friend, who definitely has no feelings for me whatsoever. Old. It was Gotchi. FNG and Limp out of Alliance. Oh, 35 comments here. Let's see this side of LEDDIT. How smart and fun. I'm assuming you can jump for true. Who do we got left? Nico Baby. He's definitely tier 1 worthy. As for still a little bit question mark. Still a little bit question mark on him. Hanskin also a little bit question mark. He's good, but it's been in the scene for very long and it's not really been at the top ever. Maybe because he's not had the opportunity. So we'll see. Sad about it. I feel like he should have been captain the whole time. I thought when he pulled in FNG he was going to captain draft, but go on. And she shall friends on a player, thou shall call his name Bulldog. Wow, nice dogs. Loda with hair, explain. Baller from Pinoy. Laundered. I looked at I saw a tweet last TI9 Lone Druid was picked 6 times. TI10 0 picks. TI9 picked 6 times, and you guessed it, 0% win rate. He went 0-6 TI9 and at 0 games TI10. Remember to click the subscription button, but that's not good enough. You gotta click the bell. Click the bell. You gotta also click the bell and thumbs up.